This is a fully waterproof military-grade rugged smartwatch. The Kospet Tank T3 is a 200,000 naira smartwatch with many features that I will mention in this video. So this is the packaging box and the smartwatch is the first item inside. I will keep it aside and come back to it in a bit. The other items inside the box are the straps, the charger, and a user manual. There are a lot of things to love about the smartwatch, and the most obvious one is the design. Most smartwatch companies try to imitate Apple's design, but this is different. It looks cool on the exterior, but this design is more than just cool. It is a military-grade rugged design, so it can survive some extreme environmental conditions. Because it survived 15 military-grade tests, it is rated IP69K, which means it can be fully submerged in low and high temperature water for 10 minutes without fearing damaging it. Here we go. Still working. I have used some smartwatches in the past, and often when I accidentally scrape them against a hard surface, the watch body begins to wear out. Because this smartwatch has a tough metallic body, it doesn't retain any scratches from accidental scrapes. There are two buttons on the right side of the watch. The one at the top is the power key and also serves as a menu button. Just below it is the return key. There's a third button on the left side, and this is the spot button. Honestly speaking, this smartwatch is a bit pricey. You can just go to Aliexpress and get a decent budget one for 40,000 naira. So why should you buy this one for 200,000 naira? That's exactly 5 times the price of a normal cheap one. The reason is that none of those smartwatches can compare with the T3 in design, durability, and most importantly, the features inside. It is always on my wrist virtually all the time, even when I am sleeping, and I don't feel any sort of inconveniences around my wrist because it is so comfortable. As for the display, it's an AMOLED screen with a Corning Gorilla anti-scratch protection. It has 4 brightness levels, and in the brightest settings, on-screen contents are very clear outdoors. One aspect of the display that stands out is the always-on display. It is so realistic and you just have to love it. If I bring my wrist up, it displays the normal watch face, and when I turn my wrist away, it changes back to the always-on display. From the watch settings, I can adjust when the always-on display will activate and when it should not. For example, at night when I go to sleep, I don't need the always-on display. So the settings I have here is that once it is 11 p.m. at night, the always-on display will deactivate and give me a blank screen just to save extra battery. But once it is 7 a.m. in the morning, the always-on display will turn back on. There are a lot of beautiful watch faces available for this smartwatch. I counted over 700. They are really amazing, and I'm sure that Kospet put a lot of work here. If for any reason you don't want any of the available watch faces, just like me, you can just go ahead and add your own photos from your phone's gallery and you are all set. Just like every mobile phone, it has a customizable pull-down setting. From here, I can see the battery percentage, turn on Do Not Disturb, and even turn on flashlight. At least sometimes the flashlight is helpful. Swiping the display from left opens the notification panel. It recognizes messages from Gmail, X, and WhatsApp, but messages from Telegram and other applications are classified as others. Even with that, you can still get to read them anyway. The real stuff with notifications on this smartwatch is that they come in real time with a mild vibration. The general performance of the display has been good all along. Nice and user-friendly graphics, good animation and transition, and because it's an AMOLED display, it's very clear. Most of the settings for this smartwatch can only be accessed from the Kospet Fit app after it has been synced with the smartwatch. From the app, I can import up to 100 contacts to the watch and call these contacts without touching the phone. The call audio quality is great and also clear for the person on the other end of the call. It has a music control app with basic functions such as volume control, Nest, and Previous. If I press the play button, the music will play directly from the smartwatch. The volume is pretty loud and clear. One small feature that is absent in most smartwatches is the weather app. It is not just that this T3 supports it, but the way it presents the weather reading makes it easy for even someone with a low IQ to understand. For example, it is reading mild rain when it is raining mildly. I think this is pretty easy to understand. There are lots of other small features on this smartwatch that are really good, but time to focus on the real stuff: health and sports reading and battery life. After all, without a strong battery, you won't really enjoy these features. Starting with the battery capacity, I have used this device for over a week on a single charge. It has been with me for more than 1 month, and as I said earlier, I do go to bed with it every single night without turning it off. With the always on display activated, I use it for about 5 days or more on a single charge. It vibrates frequently because of constant notifications, and that means that the screen will also turn on frequently to display these notifications. I also increase the screen brightness to the highest during the day. I think the display brightness should be around 1000 nits because it is very bright. Yet, the battery can handle all this for about a week. This is the charger. It takes about 2 hours to charge the battery from 0 to 100%. It has a strong magnet here that makes it easy for the watch to connect with the charger. When it comes to battery performance, this is one of the best you can think of. On a single charge, you know you have peace of mind. On the spot side of this device, there are over 100 recognized spots. I didn't even know that some of these spots existed until I found out from the Smartwatch app on my phone. So how accurate are the spots reading? I walked 100 steps on 3 different occasions at different pace. The first reading is 84 steps, which is 16 steps less. The second and last reading is 95. While it is not entirely accurate, it is not far from it. Each time I stop the walking exercise, I get a message from the watch that the workout period is too short to record. So it is possible that the longer I stay in the sports mode, the more accurate reading it will provide. One other small feature of the sports mode is that it smartly detects when you start exercising, like when you are running or walking, and suggests that you activate that particular mode. Finally, the health monitor mode. I think in this specific mode, the most interesting feature is the different high quality graphics used. Heart rate reading has a different graphic from blood pressure reading or blood oxygen reading. It can read different aspects of your health separately, but there is a tap to measure app feature that measures some combined aspects of your health at the same time. The Kospet 3 smartwatch has a very good and durable design. The battery is so strong and the display is perfect. I will recommend this smartwatch just in case you want to buy. The link to their official Aliexpress store is in the description. Let me know what you think about it and see you in my next video.